United talk, out on my walk, about to give my thoughts. Further thoughts on the Sunderland game. Now there's a few points just wanted to sort of re-go over, maybe delve into a bit deeper. So, what are they? Well, number one, the goalkeeper. Now, I was very pleased that Lamont got his start, and I was quite happy with his performance and what he gave us at the back there. Certainly looked more assured coming to claim things than Brian Deere, and wasn't really tested, but the shots that he did face he saved, so seems like an improvement. But I think everybody got a bit giddy. I heard lots of people saying he was man of the match and whatnot. No, he certainly wasn't. It wasn't a De Gea at the Emirates performance by any means. I can understand why people got a bit carried away, because the goalkeeper has been a problem position for a few years, but many of these same people were the ones on De Gea's back because he couldn't play out. Yeah, he can save the ball, but he can't play out. So actually Lamont didn't play out at all, did he? He just thumped it long to Sesko, got it away from where the danger area is, thumped it up to Sesko. So I wouldn't get too carried away with it. I'm not putting a downer on it. Like I say, I was happy he played. He'd done what he had to very well, and that seemed to give confidence to the defenders. So it was a good performance, but it wasn't an amazing performance because he didn't have to do too much, which highlights that it was a better team performance. But like I say, really pleased with him, really pleased with the performance, but let's not get carried away. Let's see how he gets on at Anfield next. But very happy with him. Hopefully, as I say, his shot stopping numbers that he had last year can come over into the Premier League, and if we keep the ball out the net, that gives us a very good foundation to go and win games. So yeah, let's just see how he goes. Yeah, number two, Mason Mount. I thought Mason Mount was brilliant. For me, man of the match. He was quality in everything he done. I know Chelsea fans used to rave about him. I didn't really see it. I thought it was a bit of a steady Eddie. And yesterday, without tearing people apart and all that sort of flashy stuff, he had a very effective game. Everything he done was composed. I mean, his goal just set the tone, bought us that breathing space, calmed everything right down. But every time he got on the ball, he was really calm, making the right decisions, and it proved to be a really good call from Ruben to stick him in. I was a bit disappointed Cunha wasn't on the team sheet, but did say that Mount's been pretty good and Ruben likes him and it could be a masterstroke, and it turned out to be a very good move. Just some of the composure he had on the ball's fired into him, men right up in, and he just turns on them and then sprays the ball, plays it out wide to start the attacks. I thought he was quality, and actually when he went off we lost a little bit of something. Now Cunha come on and done very well, but he was different. He was sort of more silky running with the ball, and yeah, Mount was very much get the ball and get the team moving. So very pleased with him. Hopefully he can stay injury free and build on it, because it was a really good performance, I thought. Yeah, number three would be Sesko. I said yesterday in my review straight after the match that it was a very good centre forward performance. He done a lot of good things, and things which in this day and age you don't really get the credit for, because it's all very much become about, I think, the effect of Ronaldo and Messi. Oh, you have to score this many goals. Like, that's the be all and end all of football, of a decent forward player. Now, strikers are obviously there to score goals, but it's also what you bring to the whole round team performance. And everything he done was really good. He held the ball up really well. Balls fired into him, bring it down on the chest or a good touch, and then spray it out to the wings. And I used to play as a striker, obviously not nowhere near his level, but it's very similar to how I used to think about the game as a striker. If you got your back to goal, it's fired into you, get it down, spin and hit it in the channel for the wingers to get running at people, and because they're usually the ones that are going to carry the ball and take people on. So you set it out and then you head towards the box waiting for the ball to come back in. And I thought he was very effective at it. He worked hard, he chased people down. I think we can do more though to get him in the game more, give him more chances, whip the ball into him. Because, I mean, you've only got to look at the celebration, see how high he jumped. Now whip the ball in and let him attack the ball in the air, in that area, sort of between penalty spot and 6-yard box, you know, where the keeper doesn't know really whether to come. Defenders are, should I deal with it? Cause a bit of confusion, put it in there, and he's going to get his head to a lot of them because he's massive and he can jump. So I'd like to see him do that and feeding him a bit more, but it should give him confidence. And I saw an interview with him and he said he's still getting used to it, still getting used to the pace of it, getting used to his teammates. So if he believes there's more to come, so if there is, it's a very good signing. Hopefully he can just push on with that now. Number 4, and this is not so positive, Darlow. What is this guy doing? How does this guy still get employed as a Manchester United player? He is bang average at best, and yesterday he was just horrendous. I mean, he's never been great for me. I know he does the odd thing, he scores the odd goal, he puts in the odd cross, but he's never consistent. And he's very poor at defending the back post. And yesterday, I kind of called it before the game, he was on the wrong side for one. He's not great on the other side, but on that side, he's so scripted what he's going to try and do, and he couldn't control it, he couldn't cross it, just simple things. Just everything was going amiss. I know he's been out a bit rusty, but even when he's fully sharp, he's not good enough. He's not a good enough standard of player to be at the top end of the Premier League. He's just not. And we've had too many of them over the years that have been allowed to get in there and stay in there. And if my next move as a Wilcox Barada would be to move them players on and bring in better quality replacements, and that will help to get us back up the sharper end of the table. Because to me, he's a sort of mid-table level player. He'd be all right in a Brentford or teams are like that, maybe even a Brighton, somewhere like that. It'd be all right. But if you want to be competing at the top end of the Premier League, he's just not going to do it. And yesterday just highlighted the shortcomings that he has. So, like I say, I'm not overly convinced of Dorgu going forward, but he's got time on his side. He's got raw pace and power, and if they can teach him a bit more finesse, a bit more control on the ball, get his crossing a bit better, then I'd certainly have him over Dalot every day of the week. So yeah, that was a bit of a negative point. And number 5, the first half again, we was dominant, very dominant. The slight concern is that we're not taking more chances when we are dominant like that. I don't think at any point Sunderland were going to get back in the game, but then if they had a nicked one early in the second half, with the way things have gone and the confidence so fragile, it could have turned and it could have come on top again. So when we're having these performances, when we are playing so well, we need to be more clinical. We need to finish teams off. Now I know their goalkeeper made some excellent saves. I mean, the one from Bruno was top drawer. I don't know how he saved it. And that goes in, and we could have gone on to have a really, really dominant display. I mean, the first half was dominant, and the second half was just, I think Amorim called it an adult performance. Just mature, just saw the game out. We weren't really in any trouble. The one time they did seize on the frailties of the midfield and they worked it into a shooting position, and it was a poor shot and an easy save for Le Mans. But I just cast back to the Fulham game where we was, first half should have been out of sight. Now again, small details, Leno made a hell of a save in that. Cunha hit the post as well. But when you're on top like that in the Premier League, you have to finish teams off. You have to put the game to bed, because they're all good teams. They're all Premier League teams. So no matter if they're down the bottom half of the table or where they are, they're a Premier League side. And if you don't finish them off and they get a chance and they take one, and that momentum swings, then you're up against it. So we have to be more clinical when we're having these performances. And then number 6 would be Ruben Amorim. He's been under immense pressure. And I mean, I find it funny because we was above Newcastle and we was above Aston Villa, and there has not been an absolute peep about Eddie Howe or Unai Emery in none of this mainstream media. So we had a shite season last year. They finished up in Europe and they are now below us. So they've had a bigger fall than we have. Yet all the talk has been Amorim. Why is that? Why? Because they know if they drive an issue at Man United, it becomes a massive story and they get clicks and ultimately they make money out of it. Now granted, he's not done everything right. He hasn't. But there's been small margins in games. As I said, Fulham game, Arsenal game, could have been a foul on the goalkeeper for the goal they scored, and the performance, you would say, warranted us to win that game. So ultimately we could have had 3 wins from 3 the first 3 games of the season, but for small margins. Now Liverpool was on the flip side. They were shite, but they kept nicking a goal and winning games in the last minute, and that patched over what their frailties were. Now they've lost 3 on the bounce. So now, is it all going to come on top of Slot? Is Slot's system to blame? Will they get at him? That's why I say he's taken a lot of flack, but yesterday his system that they have been bashing him with week after week, I've not seen anyone say that system worked yesterday. No one in the mainstream media. That system really worked. They looked really good. They forced Sunderland to change their system because they couldn't handle United's system. Because that's the truth. But nobody has said it. So I know he hasn't helped himself with certain things, but it's not been half as bad as the mainstream media have spun it up to be. I mean, even yesterday I listened to supposed Red Gary Neville, legend of the club, done amazingly well at right back, best right back in the league, in the country for over a decade. All the games played, trophies won, rightly a legend. But now works for Sky Sports, who are one of the main people pushing this agenda. And I listened to his podcast, and he was questioned about Arsenal beating West Ham 2-0 because it was a potential banana skin for them. And he said it was really good. 2-0 was a really good scoreline. They could have got, they could have dropped points there and blah blah blah. 2-0 was a really good professional scoreline. Okay, so they were 19th, West Ham. Then he was asked about United, same scoreline, against a team who were 7th in the division. Oh, well, they should be expected to beat them. How does that work, mate? Sunderland have been praised for the way they've come at it. I mean, they beat Forest 2-0, who were pushing for Champions League places last year. So for Arsenal, who Arteta's had 5 odd years, brought in all the players he wants to play the way he wants to play, to beat West Ham, who are shite, have just sacked their manager because they're down in relegation place, 19th, 2-0 is a really good result. But us beating Sunderland by the same score, which I think flattered Sunderland a bit, who were 7th in the league. Well, it's not. No, that should happen. That's fine. That's just. He needs to do more. Are you okay, mate? Just doesn't make any sense to me. So, yeah, they're my thoughts on it. But what's everyone thinking on it? Is there anything else you picked up from yesterday at the game, or any general thoughts? Any thoughts on Mr. Neville and his waffle? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys. I'm back. I forgot point 7. VAR. What the hell is this? That from where they stopped the game to discuss whether it was a penalty because the flipping ball hit a player in the head, and they had to stop and review for about 5 minutes. You could see from the first replay that Sesko doesn't touch him. Why does it take 5 minutes to send the referee over to have a look? Bloody hell. The game's gone. Mental. Howard Webb, you need to sort it out, mate, because this is atrocious. All that time stood around waiting to see if it was a foul because the ball hit someone in the head and he fell on the floor. Joke. Anyway, I'm going this time. Lovely job.